Hello everyone, Super Duper Boy here, and welcome to my spoiler review of Season 7, Episode 10. This episode was so much fun to watch. My favorite aspect of it is Maul. His motivations in this episode are really interesting. It's amazing how Dave Filoni and the team took this character who was cool, but kind of uninteresting in The Phantom Menace, and made him one of the best Star Wars villains of all time. And the fight with him and Ahsoka did not disappoint. It would have been nice if there was some Duel of Fates, but besides that, it was an amazingly choreographed fight. The animation was so smooth and well detailed. I liked how it felt like an actual lightsaber fight and not two amateurs swinging baseball bats at each other. And still, the new music in this fight is definitely good. I like how Ahsoka roasts Maul a little bit by saying things like, "You're lucky Anakin isn't here. The way you're fighting, you wouldn't have lasted long." Another thing I liked is that Ahsoka actually agreed to join him and try and stop Palpatine. I was really expecting her to say something along the lines of, "I'll never join you," but to my surprise, she actually seriously considered it at first. Oh, and Dryden Voss from Solo: A Star Wars Story made a cameo here, so that was cool. And with that, I want to talk about some other things in this episode. I'm glad Jesse was able to do something. I was so worried that the same thing that happened to Satine would happen to Jesse, but luckily Jesse made it out alright. The clones got some great scenes in this episode as well. The part where the 501st and Death Watch were fighting was one of the best moments, especially because when Maul and Ahsoka were talking, you could hear and see the explosions in the background. There's so many cinematic looking moments in this episode, like when the camera goes down the big hole in the ground where all the clones died, and the place where Ahsoka defeated Maul. And then he's yelling, "We're all gonna burn." They're really building up Order 66 here. It looks like there's gonna be 2 episodes dedicated to Order 66 and what comes after that. I'm hoping there will be a fight between Vader and Maul that has been kept secret. Maybe I'm getting my hopes up too much. Anyways, this episode was so good. I didn't even mention the great scene where Ahsoka talks to Obi-Wan, and when he says Anakin killed Dooku. This really is Revenge of the Sith from a different perspective. And I'm glad Obi-Wan and Ahsoka got one more scene together. Now, if there's anything I didn't like about this episode, it's Prime Minister Almec's death. It just felt really unnecessary. Of course, he deserves it because he's a horrible person, but I think he was a decent villain, and it felt like kind of a waste to kill him off that way. It would have been fine if he had a death that makes more sense, but I don't really understand why Gar Saxon just killed Almec like that. He's basically the public figure of Death Watch, because a lot of the people trust him. But I can't get mad at that scene because everything else in this episode is so great. And the scene that follows that is a cool fight between Bo-Katan and Gar Saxon. Everyone has their moment to shine in this episode. So with all of that said and done, I'm going to give this episode a solid 9.5 out of 10. I just slightly like episode 9 more, so I have to take half a point off. But this really was an exciting episode, and I think it was one of the best, if not the best episode for Darth Maul. Or now just Maul. He's no Sith, just like Ahsoka is no Jedi. So, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.